Hello, everyone. This is Grandpa Hickory. I wanted to talk to you about living in Montana, USA. Uh, it's number one, it's extremely cold in the winters, and you have to stock up on winter provisions. You have to have a big barn or a huge shed that you can store lots of food because you're sometimes trapped going on to nearly 4 months out of the year if you have extremely cold weather. Now, I'm talking living way back off grid out in the country. Now, there's a lot of problems. You have to install a aircraft cable, a steel aircraft cable, from your back door to your shed or barn, wherever you keep your winter provisions. And you have to go out there and clear a pathway to your place of provision, and you have to load supplies and go back and forth, taking them inside and storing them, and then going back, securing up the building to make sure that nothing can break in there and get your food supplies. Then you got to go back inside, and it's a bad situation. It really is. It's extremely cold in Montana, and you've got snow drifts over 26 feet deep in places. I'm talking living way back on the back roads, and you can't get out. You're trapped. You can't go anywhere. There's a problem with cabin fever. Listen, I'm 72 years old, and I get cold to the bone, and I'm talking bone marrow. And I just don't want to live like that. That's not my cup of tea. Now, the other people that are living there, I have friends and everything, and I'm glad for everybody. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you can cope with it. But I can't handle it. I'm 72 years old. I'm prehistoric. And I just don't do things like I used to do. Now, even if I was in my 20s or 30s, I just don't cotton to all that freezing cold and ice. And there's a man that's living there in Montana. I can't remember his name, but he took the trash out, and because it stinks, and so he loaded all the trash out, and he went out to where they kept a trash gondola, had to clear the snow and everything, but he got out there, and he was putting the trash in there, and he was closing the lid down, and thank God, he turned around. He heard something. He thought it was the wind. It was a young bull moose, and that thing charged him. He had to run to a tree, and he had to climb up in a tree. Now, you're talking ice, snow, slippery bark, but he got up there. I mean, when you're scared, you'll be surprised what you can do. But he got up there, and he stayed until the bull moose finally left. He got back down, got back inside. It took him a long time, but he finally got back in and back to safety. But listen, I don't think I want to live like that. And I like cold weather and everything if I'm sitting in front of a wood stove, but going out and getting supplies and having to stay out in the freezing cold and being trapped inside for all that time, I just really I don't want to do those things anymore. And I'm living in Texas, USA now, and I'm very, very happy with it. I mean, we do have bad weather coming right now, and this is 2024, the winter, and it's going to be icy roads, things like that. Of course, it's nothing compared to the horrible freezing snow and thing that happened in Montana. So it's something I can cope with. At least, you can get out and move around and feel like you're alive. There's days that you can go and you can drive and go to the store or go out to eat or whatever. But when you're living in the backwoods of Montana, way off grid, which is wonderful. I love privacy. It's a beautiful place to go fishing. It's a beautiful country. Montana, USA is gorgeous. The fishing is fantastic. The hunting is fantastic. It's wonderful, wonderful living. I love Montana, and I love the people of Montana. They're some of the friendliest people you could ever get to know. But what I'm saying is, for me, it's just not something that I want to do. I'm just not going to live up north. I'm not doing that. Not anymore. I'm just too old, and I just don't care for freezing cold. My hands, my fingers, they don't work when they get freezing cold, even with wool mittens on, wool gloves, even with the battery-powered heating gloves, my hands still froze and got cold. And it got where I couldn't even bend my fingers. And my eyes hurt. And I wear a big cover over my face, and you pull it down. It's real thick. It protects you from the wind so you don't get frostbite. And I wore goggles and to keep the snow and the freezing cold wind. But even with ear muffs and with thick wool caps on covering my ears, I still got horrifying ear infections. I got horrible headaches. My feet hurt. Even in my boots with my wool socks, double wool socks, insulated boots, my feet got horribly cold. My toes got numb. My ankles got numb. It was horrifying living like that. And it's like you're going to die. And you get real sleepy when you get cold. You get powerfully sleepy. And everybody told me, hey, you can't do that, Grandpa. You can't live like that. You've got to come out of that kind of an environment. And friends, that's exactly what I did. I'm through with the North living. I'm living in Texas, USA, and I don't go out in the cold like I used to. Me and my brother we were always out in the cold. I mean, we loved it. We loved the snow. We didn't think anything about it. I mean, we came and went, and we rather enjoyed it. But for me at this hour that I'm living in, this time of my life, no, I don't want it. So, but to everyone, all my friends everywhere, and you are my friend, I want to tell you that I appreciate each and every one of you, and I wish the best to all of you. And hello to everyone from Texas, USA, and everyone in Montana that's up there. We've got quite a winter this year with the El Nino happening. I pray that you'll keep warm and that you'll all be safe. The black bear is a very big problem. They've got huge claws, and they're able to actually dig through the walls of your house of provision where you keep your winter stores, your survival food, water, firewood, all your utensils and things that you have for your winter supplies. And bears are looking for food, and they're huge. Some of them weigh over 800 pounds, and they're huge, and their claws are humongous, and they can come straight through wood. They can tear solid oak wooden shutters completely off of cabins. They can come through a cabin door. Now, it takes them a while. And what you don't want is you do not want a shingled roof, because the bears get on top of the cabin and they actually burrow through those shingles. And the next thing you know, you've got bears that you've got to deal with in the attic. I don't care to do those things. It's not my cup of tea. And if you so like that kind of living and going through them kind of things, well, hey, I really wish the best for you. But this video is about Montana, USA. It's a gorgeous state. It's excellent for fishing, excellent for hunting, excellent for visiting. The people of Montana are wonderful, but the winters, no. Living there, no. I don't think so. I just don't want it. Also, living in Montana, you can have log homes built by the Amish. And these log homes that they build, they last 100, 150 years. I mean, they're not like the houses built down here in the South. The Amish build log homes up there in the Canada area that there are, to me, I call them forever structures, forever homes. And I mean, they'll last you a lifetime. You could leave them to your children and they can live there also. on the homestead. And if they like freezing winters with extreme high snow conditions, you cannot travel the roads. There's horrible blizzards that come in. There's no visibility. You're trapped inside. You can't get out. You're stuck there. I mean, you're stuck. You can't get out. So it's not my cup of tea. I wish the best for everybody. Lord bless each and every one of you. You have a wonderful day. Hello to you from Texas, USA. Goodbye now. Stay warm, and keep safe. Bye-bye now.